What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to clear my throat right there at the beginning just to piss everybody off, I'm sure. Thank you for coming back. This is a review of She-Hulk, Episode 8, the episode that everyone has been waiting for, the one that's been teased throughout the entire season, pretty much. The only reason anybody's watching this show, and that is Daredevil, Matt Murdock. The only reason, I mean, if you don't deny it, it's why everybody wants to see it. And despite the actresses just trying harder and harder and harder every single week to get people to turn it off, I'm sure the ratings for this episode are going to be pretty good. And it just, I like this episode. I enjoyed it for numerous reasons. Um, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I did have some problems with it because Jennifer Walters is still a terrible attorney. I don't know how she could possibly be nominated. Oh, she was nominated for Female Attorney of the Year. She sucks. She's horrible. She should have been fired and disbarred, lost her license, everything, and arrested. Just arrested for numerous things that they did in this entire episode. Not the entire season, the season. Oh Lord, multiple occasions. Anyway, this episode, it again, it doesn't do anything to make her look any better. Really, it actually makes her look even worse. And I just so let's take a deep breath and follow me down this wonderful little rabbit hole of there's only one more episode after this. Just one. And I hope there's another season because I need something to do. That being said, I'm going to go ahead because this is really all anybody cares about. Jennifer and Charlie sitting in a tree. Anyway, so we have a recap at the beginning. Oh, by the way, I'm going to get into spoilers, not like anybody cares. So, one, two, three. All right, here we go. They have sex. I know, Daredevil brought some fries, right? If you, it shouldn't surprise anyone. They have sex. Okay, cool. I've heard a few people calling it. It's like Jennifer's a slut. They actually call her a slut in this episode at the end of it. I'm getting so far ahead, but who cares? The writing's okay. I will say this: there were a couple of jokes that actually stuck the landing. I was impressed. I was actually shocked. But to me, I mean, nothing has made me laugh at all. But Daredevil shows up. Well, Charlie Cox. No, the actor's name is Charlie Cox. The superhero's name is Daredevil. The man's name is Matt Murdock. I know these things, and I'm getting ahead of myself. My mouth is moving faster than my brain can keep up, or is that vice versa? My brain's moving faster than my mouth can keep up. I confuse the two. Anyway, so we have a recap at the beginning of the episode to just kind of show off how superficial and shallow and just, I don't know, needy Jennifer Walters is. It's bad. Self-centered and twerking, the whole 9 yards. This show's not for you. This show's not for anybody. It's bad. We open up with a couple of guys stealing. Well, they're loading a television into a vehicle, and they're talking about the pros and cons of the OLED TV. And cool. And a superhero shows up, the Guard Frog. His name is Leapfrog, but he calls himself the Guard Frog. Okay, cool. They beat him up. He's no match, and he uses these rocket boots that catch on fire. So from there, we go to She-Hulk because the guy wants to sue the manufacturer. He wants compensation because, defective suit. Cool. Who made the suit? Bunch of guesses. I can't remember his name. The Edna Mode wannabe is the one that made the suit. So, She-Hulk has to go and talk to him. Doesn't want to do it. Who cares? I care. Not really. Oh, fast forward. Now, this is one of the parts that I did enjoy. The courtroom scene with Matt Murdock. The judge asks Edna Mode if he is representing himself, and he says, of course not. I'm not that stupid. And obviously, Matt Murdock's going to be his attorney. And Personally, I think that one of the jokes that land, Murdoch shows up, and he says, "Sorry I'm late, Your Honor. I couldn't find a parking spot." That made me chuckle. It is a cheesy, easy joke for a blind man to do, but it was delivered properly. The timing was good. It was appropriate for the situation, and it, timing and delivery. Just that simple. Something that simple. An an appropriate joke, proper timing, proper delivery, and it made me laugh. After watching the episode, I firmly believe that the writers of the first 7 episodes had absolutely nothing to do with this episode. Nothing. The writing was better. The pacing, I think, was a little bit better. I'm praising she. Oh God, I'm praising it. The problem with the court scene, and yet another reason why Jennifer Walters is a terrible attorney, is because her client. There was apparently zero dialogue between them, no no information given to She-Hulk as the man's attorney, because Matt Murdock smells the rocket fuel because he has heightened senses, and they ask She-Hulk's client what sort of fuel he used, and he said rocket fuel, which null and voids the whatever. He used the wrong fuel. He didn't follow Edna Mode's instructions on what sort of fuel to use. Therefore, the manufacturer is not responsible for the defect that happened. You would think basic information that an attorney would have. The writers and the showrunners have already stated we're no good at writing courtroom dramas or scenes or anything like that, and they prove it yet again. Which is why, wow, can you say this is bad writing? It's just not for you. It's like, no, it's bad writing. That's not funny. It shows Jennifer Walters as being absolutely incompetent at the job she was hired for. There's so many other ways that they could have gone about this scene. Plus, yes, and other criticisms I've heard. The way they did this scene, instead of they blurt it out before anything begins, instead of waiting and calling the guy to the witness stand and questioning him about this and that, and then asking him what sort of fuel he used and going down that route, which would have been a slightly more interesting scene. But of course, the writers are just wonderful. And the one absolute annoyance is they bring up these Sokovia Accords in a throwaway line. They announced that the Sokovia Accords were repealed. Just like that. Just done. Nope. Who cares? Nothing else. And for some reason, Matt Murdock is an asshole. Just, who's this asshole? She says this line. One of the few times in She-Hulk Attorney at Law where they actually do a relatively decent job at someone being an attorney, he's an asshole. He has statements and questions that make sense in the case, that logical, everything, but he's an asshole. Like, do you just hate men that much? Do the writers genuinely... I have to ask this question. I'm not going to make the statement, oh, the writers of this show just man-hating. No, I'm asking the question because the writing definitely comes across that way. Shallow, piss-poor excuses for jokes at every single man's expense, and just, I don't know. It just, like, oh, my brain hurts. Thank God there's only one episode left. I'll have some, go watch Interview with a Vampire. It's fantastic. Anyway, boy. So after the court case, she obviously loses and asks Edna Mode, "Can you still make my suit?" And he's like, "Oh, Jennifer, no, I hate you." And so that's where that goes. And of course, afterwards, Jennifer, apparently being a raging alcoholic, goes back to the bar. It seems like they have 3 dedicated scenes. Well, for the office, the court, Jennifer's apartment, and the bar. I mean, I guess that is one true thing about attorneys. All they do is they drink and they work and they work and they drink. Where am I? I don't know. Shit attorney. Moving on. I don't even know what I wrote. I watched this last night. Anyway, so someone decides to buy, while Jennifer's at the bar, someone decides to buy her an apple teeny because that's supposed to be another joke. It's Charlie. I keep saying Charlie Cox. Matt Murdock is there, and he decides to buy Jennifer a drink, and they have some little chit chat back and forth, and it's nice and little sweet. And of course, Jennifer is immediately smitten, and a bunch of So far, she's had this is seventh, eighth episode. This will be the third guy that she's had sex with after one or two dates. And oh, she's a whore, she's a slut. No, she's promiscuous. Who gives a shit? She likes to have sex. Everybody likes to have sex. It's a fun thing to do, especially, if somebody finishes. Anyway, so I'm not going to go that. She's just really easy. So is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Well, she's She-Hulk. If anybody's got a problem with that, death by snoo-snoo. So, man, so super suit time. Daredevil, Matt Murdock, he gets a phone call in the middle of it, so has to stop their conversation. He bolts off into the night. Jennifer also gets a phone call shortly afterwards from her previous client, Leapfrog, a children's app. Gets a phone call from Leapfrog saying, "Oh, I'm being attacked, a madman, blah, blah, blah," and he's running off, and so she decides to go and help him. And here, finally, the big reveal of the super suit. It's the same one from the trailer. There's no big reveal. It's nothing surprising or shocking. Much like Daredevil's costume right here. We saw it in the trailer. Before the season even started, we saw it in the trailer. There are no surprises. There's no big reveals. And like a lot of the writing has really been predictable, which is unfortunate. So the only thing that might be a surprise is if Kingpin shows up in the last episode for some reason, which wouldn't make sense because he's in Hell's Kitchen dealing with Daredevil. But fight. Jennifer shows up to the parking garage, and to find out it's Daredevil that's attacking Leapfrog. Interesting. There's a little fight. I found it to be a decently choreographed fight between She-Hulk and Daredevil. Daredevil is not trying to fight her. He is trying to avoid her at all costs, just to get away, because he has a goal. And that goal does not involve She-Hulk. So everything she tries strength, she tries movement, she tries all these things, and complete and total failure. A lot of people have been saying that, oh, She-Hulk beats him. It's like, She-Hulk's got one move, one single solitary move that she's able to use against him. That, of course, was foreshadowed in the first episode. It's her hand clap. That's what gets him. It's unfortunate, but it's how you beat a guy that uses his hearing. So it would have been the only way that She-Hulk could beat Daredevil. Period. No ifs, no ands, no buts. There's just no other way. So if you think that they wrote She-Hulk to be above him, fine. That's fine, but it's the only thing that makes sense. So at least they did that. It is the only possible way that She-Hulk would have been able to beat Daredevil, is with some sort of loud, sonic, whatever attack to affect his ears. Otherwise, she loses every single time. They have little banter back and forth. Daredevil explains to She-Hulk what's going on, that Leapfrog kidnapped Edna Mode. And they go and they find, fast forward, to the lily pad. Now, I understand the whole episode is cliche. The whole season is a cliche parody of this, that, and the other. But really, a bright neon sign that says lily pad. But I guess even if he's supposed to be a good guy, that doesn't make sense. You're announcing to everybody there. And if he's supposed to be a good guy trying to stop people from stealing televisions. How did he suddenly have goons and henchmen? Okay. Get a little fight scene as Daredevil and She-Hulk go into the warehouse to save the day and all this stuff. And there's an okay fight scene in a hall. They use jump cuts instead of one single shot. And right before the next fight scene, She-Hulk smashed through the ceiling to, quote unquote, save Daredevil. Although I'm pretty sure anyone who's seen the Daredevil series knows that Daredevil would not have lost that fight against 6, 7 people. So whatever. It's the writers trying to show a joke. She-Hulk smash, whatever. In the next scene, Daredevil does all the fighting when they go to save Edna Mode. And when she tries to talk to Leapfrog, Daredevil does all the fighting. There's some attorney monologuing going on that it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. When I say this is the best episode, I found this to be the best episode yet, it's a really fucking low bar. I mean, a really low bar. But despite that low bar, this one was better. That's why I firmly believe it wasn't written by the same people that wrote the first 7. So, all that stuff happens, and Jennifer, being the promiscuous little nymph that she is, says, they're flirting. So I guess, Charlie, here we go again. Matt Murdock is attracted to Jennifer Walters, so of course, let's skip the date next time and come back to my place and bump uglies. So they make the beast with 2 backs, and another part that people are complaining about, and I understand partially, but I have a different opinion. I have a different view on this. They make Daredevil do the walk of shame the next morning. Does it make sense? Of course it doesn't. It's done for comical effect in this lawyer comedy. So I'm going to let the stupidity pass. They have him carrying his shoes. He's a guy. Guys aren't carrying their shoes on a walk of shame. It's done for comedy. Fine. It's still stupid. But the dumbest thing is to say that it's a walk of shame. Now, I'm going to say something that's, men don't have shame. Men don't do walks of shame. Watching that part, Daredevil wasn't trying to hide his eyes. He wasn't leaning. He wasn't stumbling. He was walking, standing straight up, smiling from ear to ear, telling the leader, "Good morning." Like, that wasn't a walk of shame. That was a walk of a dude that just finished. So, sorry, ladies, we don't have shame. Men are dogs. Woof woof. Scratch behind our ear. Watch our legs shake. We pee on things. We mark our territory. Yeah. Sorry. It's the truth. I'm a guy. I know. Anyway, that's not the end of the episode. We have to go to the gala. We have to get the dress. And of course, Edna Mode makes the dress because She-Hulk saved Edna. Or I can't remember his name. I don't really care. But She-Hulk saves Edna Mode, or wannabe Edna Mode. We've got the dress, and of course, right at the end of the episode, we have to have the female lawyer of the year. The winner is She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. She stands up, and then they call out 5 other women's names, which is like, this doesn't make sense whatsoever. That's not how the real world works, but okay. Comedy, ladies and gentlemen. You're supposed to laugh at this part, even though it's not funny. They asked the first, and it's like one of the reviews I saw, which they act like it's a beauty pageant. What's it like to be voted What's it like to be a female attorney? Like, oh God, this is going to be good, and it was not. It wasn't. The first one says, "I'm so happy to be a female, blah, blah, blah." The second attorney, which also works for Jennifer Walters, the one that represented her before, says, "We do get double the work and half the recognition." It's like, oh God, no, again, that's not, I'm not going there. But anyway, they give She-Hulk the microphone, and thank God, before her speech gets into any more, she's accepting an Academy Award. "I would like to thank my parents and this person." When intelligentsia saves everyone from the speech, the wannabe Reddit group that hates She-Hulk for no discernible reason because she stole Hulk's powers, even though the Hulk is still there and he's the Hulk. They start proclaiming they like want to be anonymous masks on, which okay, sure, yeah, all right, cool. They say she's not worthy of your praise. She's this, she's that, and she's a slut. Like slut shaming. Um, no, I mean, like, who the hell? Like, people do that still? Like, sure, that's a legitimate question, because like, you like to sleep around. Yes, because sex is fun. Sex is great. Again, maybe I just have a different mentality. But the unfortunate part is they start showing off the sex tape that Sean, whatever his name is, the guy from 2 episodes ago, set up a camera and watched them make the beast with two backs. And, well, unfortunately, this hurts Jennifer's feelings. It upsets She-Hulk, and she gets angry, and she smashes the screen, which causes way more destruction than actually makes sense, because she didn't stomp on the ground, she didn't turn around and break everything, but she smashes the TV screens, and the chairs behind her break. The tables fall down. Why? Dramatic effect. Dramatic effect only works whenever it makes sense. That's the whole thing. There's only so much suspension of disbelief that people can put forth on their own before they just look at it and go, what the fuck is this bullshit? And she gets mad, she slaps the guy around, the police show up rather quickly, I have to say. Like, uncharacteristically quickly. And they're not regular police. I can understand if they were the security guards that are on site at an event like this, but that's not the case, because they have very specialized weapons that would lead you to believe that they would take She-Hulk down. They're the kind of weapons that deal with superpowered individuals. Where the fuck did they come from? Are they Night City Police Department, where they just pop out of nowhere if you accidentally toss a grenade into a crowd and they teleport in directly behind you to blow your ass away? Apparently, maybe CD Projekt Red, helped develop the fight scene at the end of this one. I don't know how many people are going to get that joke. I don't care. It's funny to me. But that's where the scene ends. What's the last episode going to be about? I don't know. And is Daredevil going to be in it? Who knows? If it happens the next day, immediately, that's going to be really weird, because Matt Murdock said he was going back to Hell's Kitchen the next day, flying out. So Jennifer definitely needs to get some D. I don't blame her. I do wonder, was She-Hulk? I know I saw pictures of She-Hulk getting it on with a bunch of superpowered people like Thor and Hercules. So good for you, girl. But she's insulting the character because she's calling her a whore. It's like, I'm not gonna get on that route. Maybe she's a little too easy. She's very promiscuous, so that's fine. Cool. Get your groove on. I'll get some chips and death by snoo snoo, so let's go. I mean, she's not that bad looking. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. The scenes, I'm so happy that they allowed Matt Murdock to absolutely decimate She-Hulk in the courtroom, as far as I'm concerned. He was able to a little bit more than hold his own. It's perhaps if Daredevil wasn't trying to get away from She-Hulk, maybe it could have been different. But we're depending on the writers to be able to do that, and I don't have any faith in the writers. I don't know. Like I said at the beginning, I If I don't like something, I'm going to say it. If I have a criticism of something, I'm going to say it. Jennifer Walters is a piss poor attorney. The writers have not done her any justice whatsoever in trying to make an attorney comedy flick, whatever. That they none of the above. It just no. It's just. But this episode, somehow, some way, actually got a few laughs out of me. Some decent scenes as far as I'm concerned. The problem is they were all at the expense of Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk, thanks to Daredevil and Matt Murdock. That does not look good when the name of the show is She-Hulk Attorney at Law. When your main character is seen in a negative light, that's not good writing. That's not what you're trying to accomplish in a show like this. I think they could have done so much better. It's not like they didn't have any sort of source material to pull any story whatsoever. Even if you wanted to go down a different route and tell a different story, that's fine. Do some research. See what the character is. Jennifer Walters in the comic books is happy to be She-Hulk. It gives her confidence. This Jennifer Walters is in no way, shape, or form the same She-Hulk as the comics. But that's all I've got. What is episode 9 going to be like? Is the Abomination going to come back for the last episode? Is Matt Murdock going to come back? Is it going to be Daredevil? Is Jennifer Walters going to the Arc, Plank, whatever? What is it called? The Sokovia Accords are repealed, so it doesn't really matter. Is she going to jail? Is she going to join Abomination in the jail? Is she going to go back on her retreat? And that's another thing. If like, never mind. I'm going to go. If you like what I have to say, leave a like, leave a comment, share this with your friends, share it with your enemies. Do all that kind of nifty stuff. Discuss it in the comments. I would love to know what you think. Leave a dislike if you so choose. I hope to see you on the next one. Have a good one.